Welcome to the 5 things you absolutely have to do to get out of pain. The fact that you're here tells me something about you. It tells me that you're ready to take action and get rid of your joint pain. I cover each one of these 5 steps in depth in my 90-day joint pain relief program. But for now, I want to help you get started learning what you have to do so you can start taking action today. Okay, are you ready? Let's get to it. The first step is to control inflammation. When joint cartilage is damaged, either from wear and tear over time or from an injury, your body instantly responds by sending chemicals to the area to protect it and to initiate a healing response. These chemicals result in pain, redness, warmth, swelling, and muscle guarding. All of these factors are important. Remember, your body is trying to protect itself from more damage, and it's starting the healing process. So you don't want to block these things from happening altogether. But the human body does have a tendency to overreact and to make too many of these chemicals. So the response is often an over-response. And that's bad, because it can lead to more inflammation and to a self-perpetuating problem. Since inflammation is the first thing that happens, it's also the first thing you have to control. That's why this step comes first. You do want your body to do its job, but you don't want to let it over-respond and cause more problems. When you control the inflammation, you get the benefits of protection and healing, but with minimum pain. Step number 2 is to deal with muscle guarding. Muscle guarding is your muscle's response to pain and to the chemicals we talked about in step number 1. The muscles around the injured joint tighten up to protect you. The problem is that too much tightness can squeeze the blood vessels in the area so much that they have trouble letting good stuff like nutrients needed for healing and oxygen in, and letting the bad stuff, like damaged tissue and excess chemicals of inflammation, out. Another big problem with muscle guarding is that it takes a lot of energy to keep the muscles contracted and to stay tight. So the muscles around the joint get tired, and the muscles make a lot of waste products, like lactic acid, and that results in even more discomfort in the area. By dealing with muscle guarding quickly, you limit the overprotective response. That means that you avoid those feelings of fatigue and the production of too much waste product, and the circulation in that area won't get compromised, so your body can actively shuttle in the good stuff and remove all of the waste products. This allows damaged tissue to heal as fast and efficiently as possible. Once you take steps 1 and 2, your pain will be significantly decreased. And because of this, many people stop taking action at this point. But by stopping after the first 1 or 2 steps, you never really heal, and you put yourself at risk for more pain and damage. To really get out of pain and stay there, you have to take step number 3. Manage the pain. You do this by avoiding one very big mistake. I call this big mistake testing. Testing happens when you feel so much better that you think, well, maybe the problem is gone. Maybe I'm fully healed. So you decide to test the area to see if you can find the pain, or you jump back into doing activities that you've been avoiding because of the pain. Then what happens? You guessed it, the pain comes back. This happens because the problem isn't gone and the tissues aren't healed. Testing actually leads to re-injury, and you end up with a major setback. The pain returns, the inflammation returns, and you have to start the process all over again. The best plan is to let your body heal and to avoid testing. You've probably heard this before, but an ounce of prevention really is worth a pound of cure. Next, we're on to step number 4, promote tissue healing. In this step, you actively do what you can to promote healing. Your goal is to cause what I call a positive tissue response. And you do this by doing things that help the damaged tissues to heal. Cartilage heals best with motions that allow for gliding of the joint and with on and off compression and decompression. The rules for this step are to move the joint as much as you can as long as the motions are pain-free. When you have normal pain-free motion, you're ready to move on to step number 5, restore normal function. By this step, the inflammation will be under control, your muscles will no longer be in an overly protective state, so all or most of the guarding will be gone, the pain will be gone, or very nearly so, and the cartilage and other damaged tissues will be healing. In this step, you work to make sure that you can get back to doing normal things that your body was built to do and the things that you naturally do when you're pain-free, like walking, going up and down stairs, bending, twisting, reaching. It's in this step where you get back to living your life, pain-free and unrestricted. If you skip this step, bad movement patterns like limping become habit. It does this because while you're in pain, you unconsciously learn to protect yourself. But if you never consciously return to normal functional movement patterns, you put yourself at great risk for future injury. Okay, now that you know the 5 things you absolutely have to do to get out of pain, I want to let you in on the real secret to staying out of pain. The secret is you have to take all of the steps you just learned. Most people fail to get and stay out of pain because they only take 1 or 2 of these steps. Why do they do this? The answer is that most people don't understand what inflammation is or what muscle guarding is. Most people don't know what they have to do to manage inflammation and deal with pain and muscle guarding. In fact, most people don't even know that these 5 steps exist. So most people live their lives at the mercy of flare-ups, moving from painful episode to painful episode and doing the best that they can to enjoy as high a quality of life as they can in between flare-ups. But you're no longer in the ranks of these people. Now you know all of the steps that you have to take to get and stay out of pain. What you have to do now is put these steps into action so you can get out of pain and get on with your life. This video is about to come to an end, but your journey to living a life free of the pain of arthritis can start today. To make sure you get the most out of these 5 steps, check your email for the Joint Pain Relief Tips newsletter. And if you like this information, go ahead and look below this video. I'll see you there.